Greetings everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Link's Awakening. Today, we're not going to quite fight the Windfish. I know you were expecting that, but we're actually going to go do the dungeon's the game's 9th dungeon. It's an extra dungeon that they wrote into the game for some reason. It has an item in it and an extra instrument, so I thought I might as well just show it off. It's down here in the bay. We've kind of been in this area before. You'll see when we get there what it is. Here, buddy. Alright, so bomb this thing out of the way. It's not too obvious what you have to do with that, but I think if you use your sword on it, you get a distinct tone which tells you that it is a bombable object. And you could just blow that sucker right up. Alright, so where we are right now is to the east of Richard's house. If you recall, he's the guy who led us into that one dungeon. But now we're going to go down here, back into the bay. The bay, of course, has been a very important area in this game. We've been to it a lot. But this time we're going to be doing the extra dungeon, which is inside of this fish. Now, you probably are saying, you entered that fish before. I did. I have been in this fish before, but I've never actually done the extra dungeon proper. So, that's what we're doing today. I think it's kind of funny you could swim with a bomb over your head. Hilarious. Alright, so welcome to level 9, Catharsis Mall. This time, though, we're going to be doing it the extra way. First thing you want to do, though, is kill all the enemies in this room. This is one of those kill everything in the room to make the door open kind of things. And make your way to that staircase. Alright, so this dungeon is actually a very interesting dungeon. To get to it, though, you got to go over here, past this pillar, and fall into it. Alright, this is a very musical dungeon. All of the treasures in this dungeon change the theme of the dungeon, and that has a very important effect on things. And we'll see that as we get going here a little bit later. There's also an extra item in here that you actually don't need to beat the game, but, oh god, there's another one of those birds. Fucking sword. Anyway, you don't actually need it to beat the game, but it is nice to have because it's kind of interesting. Anyway, we're gonna have to fight this guy several times to get it. Oh, it's made of lots of bird phones. Wow. Okay. Revenge of Bird Phone. He's got a shield. Pretty much all you gotta do, though, is hit him, and he collapses, and blow him up with some bombs. He's not really that hard, but he's kind of a pussy, and he runs away. A lot! Anyway, let's get our first musical treasure. It's right in here. It's going to change the theme of the dungeon to this lovely tune. For the beach where I found you. A lot of cryptic messages here in this dungeon also. I don't really know. I don't know. Trying to decipher what they mean is pretty hard to do. But if you follow what I'm doing, you'll see exactly how to get through here. Should be no problems for you. Hell yeah. This guy is not really that tough of a boss. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, so we're going to grab another treasure right over here and do another theme. Alright, if you remember, this is the Animal Village theme. This treasure also tells you the exact same message that Marin told us at the very beginning of the game. Trying to remind us that we're on Koholin Island. I think it has something to do with the dream plot. And I think that has a clue that's telling us to use the magic powder on something. It's probably, I think it's a clue for the final boss, but not really sure. Alright, this one opens up the dungeon music from the Tail Cave. Probably telling us that something is on our tail. Or something along those lines. Anyway, it's yet another fight with the giant Stacko stuff. This time, though, he's changed up, turned himself into Wheelwright crabs, and parts of the caterpillar. Kind of a mess, if you ask me. Alright, so that was the third time we fought him. We actually only fight him one more time. One more time that I know of, but it's actually going to turn out to be twice. Fucking chain chomp monsters, come on. Die, there we go. Alright. Grabbing yet another... Oh, shoot. Careful what you have set on your A button. Alright, so this treasure chest puts everything in the game audio in the right sound channel. Really strange. I don't know. Kind of an awkward, disorienting thing if you ask me. Alright, so now we've gotten the mirror shield. Good thing, though, that the mirror shield actually is the same as the level 0 shield, so all it is it puts a fancy little mirror on it, but since our shield's invisible, it doesn't really affect the look of it at all. So we could still throw enemies off by using an invisible shield. No problems whatsoever. Alright, and we have the overworld theme going on right now as well. Watch out for these small garbled monsters that try to cling on to you. Ooh, I could use an arrow refill. Why not? Alright, another treasure to change the theme yet again. Let's check out what this one does. Come on, just grab it, Marty. Alright, so we've got the panicked music now. I guess we better move quickly. Something serious is happening, apparently. Or so it would seem. Alright, as you can see, this dungeon is actually very large. And it takes a while to get through it if you're trying to do it correctly. You can do it in a fast way, but, you know, I'm trying to show off everything about it because this is a really interesting dungeon, and I just like it. I think it's cool. Yeah. The Ballad of the Windfish is actually a very silent song, as you can tell. Alright, that treasure chest put a lot of the game audio, I don't know, it sounds like it's further back in the channels. Very strange, disorienting effect. I think it's trying to throw the player off, if you ask me. Alright, yet again, we're getting another clue about the powder that we got before. I think that's going to be it for the treasure chest, though. So we're going to leave it with the forest theme, which is kind of fitting because the way to get to the final boss of the game is to go through the woods. So I think that all of these musics and all of the clues that we've been getting are kind of hints about how to get to the final boss, how to kill the final boss, stuff like that. So, you know. There we go. Alright, so now what we gotta do is seek out the final fight with our giant monster and collect our extra prize and then find the final instrument. So here we go. We're gonna fight him one final time. Very easy. Yeah, it's us again. We just keep going and going. Hell yeah. Yet again, the strategy is exactly the same. Hit him, blow him up. Hit him, blow him up. This time, though, he takes a little bit more than 2 hits before running away. He's actually not going to run away this time. We're going to kill him. Alright, and that form dropped an item, but we didn't pick it up. We actually have to fight him again. We have to fight his true form. To find his true form, you have to go down these stairs and, well, climb your way back out. As you can see, his cronies here have changed form, and he is also going to change form. His true form is a skeleton. Who would have thought? Alright, so follow the same strategy. This time, though, he doesn't stand in one place. So as you can see, this fight is a little bit harder. But the strategy is exactly the same. Slice him, blow him up 3 times, and he is dead. This time, however, he's going to drop the item, and this time it's going to stay. We've got the hook shots. This is an item that came back in a lot of Zelda games. It has also been in Link to the Past before this one. It allows you to pull yourself to faraway items. It's also a pretty good weapon, too. Not as good as the fire rod, but it'll do. As I said, though, it's not even required to beat the game, so it's an extra item. It makes sense that they would put it in this extra dungeon. Anyway, right over here is the instrument. It is the 9th instrument. It's an extra instrument. It is a Willwright crab. They call it the Wind Marimba because I guess maybe they didn't think up a name for it, but hey, whatever. You know, I think instead of having... Oh, God. Is it summoning the birds? It's summoning the bird phone! Great. Just what I wanted.